friends and nail babes. Welcome back to the channel where I try to eliminate your nail struggles by trying all the nail things so you don't have to. So if you are new, welcome to our channel. So this is me giving my hands and welcome you to our channel. If you are an oldie but goodie, you know good and well that I love you very much, and I'm so glad that you came back to our part of the YouTube universe. If you haven't, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button because you know you want the information. You know you want to hear my banter and whatever else is going to go on. These are completely unscripted, but I'm doing my very best to show you exactly what you need to know. So guess what we're about to do? We're about to dive right in to the content. Okay, so I was asked, and hopefully I can have an opportunity to show you that I was asked after I did my Arpre ink art dupe video, wanted to know if art ink would work on top of a blooming gel. So, and I was like, I actually don't know because I've never used them that way. So we are going to test it today. So we see that our lovely hand model, our flexi hand Carmina, which is what I call her, is here today. So we've done some of the prep work in that we have put down a coat of eye gel baby powder, okay, which is just a white gel polish. We've cured it and we have coated it with matte top coat. So the next thing that we're going to do is utilize blooming effect gel. Okay, I just happen to have the eye gel blooming effect. I'm gonna tell you now, you can actually also use base gel or even an uncured top coat to get some of the blooming effect. So those are actually some options in that you can use for blooming effect. You don't necessarily need the blooming effect gel. For our art inks today, we are going to utilize the purple and the pink art ink that I utilized. And if you have not seen my Operate Art Ink video, I will link it up in the cards for you because I want you to be able to show you exactly how I created those art inks in that, pretty much from the Brie Reese alcohol inks that you can find at Joann's, which look like this. Okay, so if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and look at that. So nevertheless, I'm going to go ahead and give these a good shake. And the first thing that we're going to do, because I'm interested to see whether or not this works as well, I actually like to roll my gel polishes in that in my hand. I'm going to go ahead and paint Carmina here. She's already got her matte top coat on from her white because that's just the base that we chose to use, but you can use any color. I tend to like to use white because it makes the colors pop. But how y'all doing today? While I'm painting this, we are going to head. I just want to know how you doing. How your uncle, your sister, your cousin, your brother, your friend, and everybody else that's going on in the world. You know, I want to know how you doing down in the comments. Okay, tell me if you've utilized some blooming effect gels. Have you tried this method and that I'm about to try right here today? We're gonna see what we end up getting. Okay, let me know. Have you done this? Have you tried it? What have you used? Have you seen that it works? Especially if you have some blooming effect gel. So once I paint on the blooming effect gel, I am not going to cure it. Okay, I want to kind of see how this is actually going to work. So the first thing I'm going to use is alcohol ink. Now I do have my trusty little dampen dish here, and I'm gonna put a little bit of alcohol in it. I'm gonna just see, because typically when I use the alcohol inks, I need a little bit of alcohol to disperse the alcohol ink around to get kind of one of the effects that it is that I am looking for. So we have said blooming gel on Carmina. All right, let's take a little look-see to see if this here alcohol ink, how this is going to spread. Oh, it looks like we might have a winner chicken dinner over here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, blooming effect gel. Let me see if I can, you know, bring you in. Come through. I'm gonna utilize this and move it over to the side a little bit so we can get the camera to, you know, really focus. All right, we got the blooming art inks. I'm gonna use the purple. Let me shake up and utilize the pink inside of the blooming effect gel. I'm gonna see what we get here. Okay, you all, I guess we're gonna see whether or not, okay, now see, the thing is I'm gonna see how this absolutely cures, because, you know, I could put all of this stuff on here, but we have not cured this yet to see if this is actually gonna work, because usually this needs to evaporate. So, and right now this is not giving me, you know, the absolute look I would want to have. I'm just using the two colors because we have that. me see if I was to utilize. I'm gonna just try it for one nail with the alcohol. I dipped it in alcohol, and I have my trusty. You all know I love the Michaels brushes, the Simply Simmons brushes from Michaels. This is just the number 2 brush. I'm just interested to see like how this alcohol is going to work. If I tap it in over this blooming gel, we can get a different effect. Okay. So that's what it looks like over the blooming gel. All right, the next thing I'm about to do, y'all, I'm gonna stick this inside the lamp. I am interested to see whether or not this absolutely cures, because let's just be honest, I don't have any idea because I have never used this. Okay. All right, so all right, and we're back. Carmina is out of the lamp. So the first method, I'm gonna put her back on her stand here. The first method we did was that we painted on. I used the iGel Blooming Effect Gel, and then I came in with the alcohol art inks to see what type of effect we got. And this was placed, the alcohol inks were placed into the uncured gel. So I already know. All right, it is sticky. Let me go ahead and grab a wipe. Okay, and I'm grabbing a wipe here, and I'm about to wipe it down with alcohol, and we're gonna see if it's gonna come off on the wipe, because I have no idea, people. I am trying this. All right. We are wiping off the dispersion layer. Oh, and look, people. It actually came right off on the paper. So we see that the alcohol ink inside of the blooming gel, you probably don't need to wipe that hard, is a little bit of a fail. I'm like, well, I don't know if I could totally call it a fail, because it still did leave behind some of the alcohol ink, but not in the pattern that we had before. So, you know, which I kind of expected, because you have alcohol, you know, that needs to evaporate inside of an ink you're trying to cure inside of an LED lamp. I didn't think that was really going to work either. So this is a fail. That one is a fail if you're trying to do this inside of the blooming ink. So the next one is that I do want to try is that this is the Blooming Effect ink, and it has been cured. And I want to see what type of effect we get if we add the alcohol ink on top of cured blooming effect. So we see now this one, more than likely a bit of a fail, okay, because it came right off when we were trying to wipe off the sticky layer. And you probably could just have left it and then add a top coat over it. But I'm probably going to have to try it on one of my nails just to see what the longevity would have to be of that. So that's a test I'll just have to do for you all another day. So, but in the second test, we have Blooming Effect Gel, and we've actually cured it. So I know that it's not probably going to be the same effect, because usually Blooming Effect Gel you don't cure. But let's just see what it looks like. All right, it's sliding all over the place. It's doing nothing, people. It's sliding off the nail. It's sliding off the nail, it's sliding off the nail, it's sliding off the nail, and it's sliding off the nail. So, yeah, Blooming Effect ink, if it's cured, and then you add alcohol ink on top of it. I'm going to give it here a few seconds to let it dry and see what we end up with, but I'm telling you right now, this is not going that great. And especially with Blooming Effect Gel. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you've seen my video, if you haven't, you probably my video with the Arpray ink dupes, the method of utilizing our inks on top of a matte finish surface is probably the way you want to go. I would probably stick to using the Blooming Effect Gel, because I'm not loving this at all. Let me just go ahead and go in here with some alcohol just to see what we end up with. I'm just interested. Since we're doing this test, let's see, what we get if we go on top of this cured blooming gel. Let's just see. Get something a little more, but I'm going to go ahead, okay? Pat that out. I'm gonna see if we're gonna let that dry, and I'm interested. I'm gonna go ahead and let that dry and see what that would end up being, and I'm gonna try to hit it with some top coat, y'all. I don't have a lot of faith in this, but I'm gonna hit it with some top coat, and we're gonna see, because I don't know about this. Okay, well, I do. I'm saying that both of these methods are a fail. I don't think you can need to use Blooming Effect Gel with alcohol art inks. I think the method of what I showed you in previous videos, where you can paint your background, you know, polish of color, then cure it, and then put on a matte top coat and cure it, and then wipe off the inhibition layer, and then go in with your alcohol art inks is probably going to be more of the way to go. Okay, but yeah, it looks like, okay, looks like the blooming effect is working, but I'm gonna tell you right now, just like if you use this on a matte ink surface, you need to make sure those alcohol art inks are dry. Yeah, this is not dry yet. This is not dry. Okay. I'm gonna still go ahead and stick it in the lamp, because usually the light, the heat from the lamp will help go ahead and kind of speed up the drying process. I'm not using it to cure it, but more so just hoping that the heat from the lamp will help, you know, go ahead and help out the situation. Sir, I am not loving this so far, but I told you I would try all the nail things, so you don't have to. I don't want you to waste your money. But the blooming effect gel, I think, is more so effective if you were to paint this on and leave this uncured, and then, you know, go in with your gel polish colors of choice and be able to move them around to get that spread out beautiful effect it is that you're looking for, to utilize the blooming effect inks with gel polish. Okay, I don't think you need to use the blooming effect ink with art inks. I don't think that they're very effective, in my personal opinion. Okay, so let's see what this is feeling like. Okay, this is still not dry. Okay, this is still not dry, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if I was to go ahead and paint this with top coat while it's still wet, I believe that the top coat, because this surface is wet, it is not drying, it's not sticky, it is literally still wet, and you were to put top coat on this and try to cure it, this is going to separate, because you're going to have that wet layer up under your top coat, and that's exactly what you do not want. So I'm going to tell you right now, art inks in both uncured blooming effect gel and both a cured blooming effect layer, these are both fails. Okay, these are fails, ladies and gentlemen. Just stick to the rivers and lakes that are taught you and what you used to, because this ain't the lake and the river you want to follow. Don't waste your money to do this. Okay, so this is a fail. We're not gonna do this. We're gonna go with the methods that, you know, have been shown before, because this is not it. So this is a fail. Okay, so not gonna do that. Nevertheless, I'm glad that we went ahead and tried it, because I was actually interested to see what effect I would get and if it will work. Let's see if it's even dry. No, it's still not dry. I'm still got art ink still coming off on my fingertip. Yeah, no, I would not use blooming effect with alcohol inks. Don't do it. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad that you gave me something else to try. So we tried it here in our little YouTube fam. And if you haven't liked or subscribed, go ahead and hit that. And you know what I'm about to say, ladies and gentlemen. Life is too short to wear boring nails.